Alrighty, what's up YouTube? Debbie2100 here, and so I got another Dr. Squatch video, as you guys can see with this guy back behind me. And as you can see with the lineup over there, we have the Headless Rinse, we got the Brick of the Dead, we got the Werewolf Wash, and the Drunken Pumpkin. Finally have all of them, along with the very limited edition Drunken Pumpkin. Come on, there we go. Drunken Pumpkin deodorant. This bad boy has a unique scent. I gotta say, we're gonna start off with this guy right off the bat just because I'm holding this one already. And this one, when you open it and smell it, it smells like a caramel candy corn. That is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of caramel candy corn, but once you've worn it for a while, like I've been doing, today it then smells just like the Brick. And the Brick is absolutely amazing. I got a partial one that I've been using here, right here. Absolutely love the Drunken Pumpkin. Now, I will say, though, I was thoroughly surprised with one of them, and that was the Headless Rinse. This guy here really blew me away. I was not expecting the sandalwood to smell as good as it does on this. But it smells amazing, guys. It absolutely smells amazing. Absolutely love the way the Headless Rinse smells. Love that it's a zero grit, so you can actually use that every single day, because I was starting to dry my skin out, because every single one of the other ones I have, between Raptor Rush, Rainforest Rapids, Black Hole, Brick of the Brave, Count Sudzilla, Werewolf Wash, Drunken, all of them, Raptor Rush included, all these guys are all gritty. And you exfoliate your skin too much, it's going to start to dry it out, everything like that. So I was experiencing that pretty heavily, because all I was using was Drunken Pumpkin, Raptor Rush, and a few other ones as well. And I started to notice I was getting dried out a lot. So what I've been doing is using more of the Headless Rinse, and this guy is amazing, dude. It literally keeps you feeling moisturized. The scent from the sandalwood, the pumpkin, the stout, and the thyme all blended together. You really get this really good, I wouldn't call it spicy. It says it's supposed to be like a swift, mystery, and spicy, as it says. I honestly don't get a spicy note to it. I really do get more of an earthy, fresh kind of like fall day. It smells like it just rained outside. You smells like if you were by some like actual sandalwood plants and that it had rained by those, and you could smell that aroma that comes off of them, and you're like, okay, and maybe you just had some fresh pumpkin baking in the oven. You blend all those scents together, and that is pretty much what you're smelling and what you end up smelling like. And it smells amazing, actually. I didn't think I'd like to smell like that all day with the Headless Rinse. I gotta say, it blew me away. Now, Count Sudzilla, though, this guy's a little mischievous here, because he says he's a light grit, and he's got a little grit to him. But the leather scent that comes off of this is probably one of the more manly smelling ones that we've gotten out of them. And honestly, I thoroughly impressed by Squatch with every one that they've released out of these so far. The next big one I gotta say here is this heavy grit Werewolf Wash. This guy blew me away as well. This one, the scent, people always say it smells like a Coca-Cola or something like that, or cola scent. It smells like a really good cologne with a lot of musk in it. It has a very heavy musky scent to it. But it feels and washes amazingly. Like, legitimately, absolutely love the clean that you get from it. The grit comes through so nicely. Now, I will say, there's only two things I will say about some of these guys, right? Brick of the Dead and Count Sudzilla do not stay on the skin nearly as long as I would like them to. Count Sudzilla one kind of, dissipates very quickly off the skin, and it's sad because I love that heavy leather scent that it has. So I would love for them to make a deodorant of that one or a cologne of that one. That right there would be fucking phenomenal. It's like truly fucking phenomenal. But I will say Drunken Pumpkin, Headless Rinse, and Werewolf Wash, all three really stay on the skin for a very long time. Like, Drunken Pumpkin, for me, was about 4 to 6 hours. Headless Rinse was about 6 hours, and Werewolf Wash is around 4 to 6 hours as well. Whereas the other two were only about maybe 2 hours after showering. I had that scent still on my skin, and then it was just gone. Just completely gone. So then I had to use the lotions more, everything else like that, to try to help bring out that scent more. Now, if you're wearing the deodorant for this guy, you're definitely going to have that nice, fresh kind of fall scent, as it's kind of dictated on this guy here. It says a fresh fall breeze, I should say. For the Drunken Pumpkin, but it definitely comes through very strong. It has a very, very amazing way to just kind of like creep up on you. Like I'll be sitting here playing video games or doing a stream, and next thing you know, I can all of a sudden just smell a waft of it. And I'm like, oh man, that just smelled fucking great. Like holy shit. And it's just one of those things you're just like, damn, that just smells so good. You're like, I'm glad I bought, we bought 3 of them for that matter, because it's one of those ones that it is definitely a really good manly scent. Absolutely appreciate what they've done with that one. Now, again, with the Brick of the Dead, I love this guy. I really do love the scent of this. And I gotta say, out of all of them, that's really hard to toss it between Drunken Pumpkin and Headless Rinse. Those two have become 2 of my all-time favorites so far, outside of Raptor Rush. But I love Brick of the Dead. I love the color swirl on this pattern, too. It's got such a good earthy, spicy note. This has got more like earthy, spicy, peppery note that it kind of says that the Headless Rinse is supposed to have. This has this more. And a lot of people see the ground vanilla root and they think, oh, it's going to have a vanilla scent. It does not, in fact, have a vanilla scent. It's got a very earthy scent. It's supposed to smell like unhollowed grave, an unhollowed or ground, isn't it? Yeah, unhollowed ground. It reminds me of kind of like a dirt scent, like something that's supposed to smell earthy and very, natural. Like that's what it gives me vibes of, And again, like I said, I've been using lots of these. Like this is what I got left in my Count Sudzilla one from the one I have already open. I got a fresh one in the shower already. And I said, this is the one I got of this left here. I got a fresh one in the shower as well of this one. Along with the Headless Rinse and the Brick of the Dead. Legitimately, all of the Halloween ones have been phenomenal. I was just blown away more so with the Headless Rinse for 0 grit. It not only does it clean, and actually leave the skin, like, here's the weirder part, right? All of the exfoliating ones always leave you feeling that smooth, kind of like baby soft feeling, as everybody calls it, right? The Headless Rinse, having no grit to it, should not leave you feeling as smooth as the exfoliating ones do, but it does it better somehow. Like I literally have like almost like it feels like this layer of just perfect smooth. I wouldn't say film because there's not a film on you, but it's just there's just this layer of smoothness that's just so like incredible, and it stays there for like the entire day, and it just also gives you this good scent. It gives you great vibes. And then, of course, as you're washing out through the day, like, use the bathroom, you can wash your hands with it. It's not going to dry your hands out like that. That was some of the issues I was having with constantly using Drunken Pumpkin all day long, as I was literally just washing up the arms, the face, everything like that every single day, showering with it every single day. And literally I was drying out completely all over. And I was just like, man. And it got to the point where my skin was actually starting to hurt because I was drying it out so much from using too much exfoliants, because I have such a little bitch skin. All right. My skin is super sensitive. I know it is. And I know I should be more cautious when it comes to using heavy exfoliants like medium grit, heavy grit, light grit. When it says this on the Rainforest Rapids, yeah, that's a lie. Okay. This is another example, though, where sometimes the grits can lie to you. This is supposed to be a light grit. Okay. You start washing with this fucking thing, it becomes heavier than Black Hole. All right, it's on the board with the fucking moon rock. All right, that's all I'm gonna say on that one. It's heavy grit, okay. But when I feel like the Drunken Pumpkin, it says medium grit. It leans sometimes a little heavier than I feel like it probably really should. I'd say the only other thing that is heavier grit than anything else is this one that I have in the bag here, because the box is over there. But this is the Minecraft brick right here, and I love the scent on this guy. Oh, so fucking good. It's got a smoky scent to it. Very, very manly scent. But the problem with it is that, one, I only got one. And 2, it is a very heavy grit. So you can only wash like once a week with that bad boy. So you really got to plan out your scents accordingly. And that is something I do notice that as I've gotten more into the Squatch, Squatch soaps and stuff like that, I have noticed that is the actual kind of routine that you're supposed to carve around it. As a person who literally comes from body washes that half the time didn't even have exfoliating beads or anything like that, you wash every day and you don't really notice it. But these guys, if you're using a certain one too much, you're going to start drying out your skin. You're starting to cause issues. It's meant to be like, okay, use the 0 grit most of the week while you're using, a medium grit here and there, or a light grit or a heavy grit, depending on how much exfoliation you want. But my thing is I'm actually going based more off the scents. How is that scent not just a grit, right? If it's a medium grit, great. Okay, now I know I'm only going to be able to use that maybe once or twice a week. So what day do I want to smell like that and put what cologne with it, what outfit with that's kind of how I've like orchestrated all of these around that. And I know that it sounds really bougie. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, really, dude, you're gonna plan on an outfit and all this other stuff around a scent. Yes, I do. Because I wanted to complement all this stuff so that way when you're actually wearing all of it, people walk up to you and go, wow, you smell good and look good at the same time. That is kind of what you're trying to be promoting off of all this stuff. And when you smell like this here, that sandalwood that comes through on this and the pumpkin and the stout and all that, I don't know. There's something special about the headless rinse. Don't get me wrong. I love the drunken pumpkin. Drunken pumpkin is still number one for me, but it gets a little push sometimes from the headless rinse because the headless rinse is so damn good. That headless rinse really is. And I love the color patterns that they have on all of these guys. Now, I will say, I noticed too on Walmart, Christmas Bricks already out, and they released the Batman and Joker brick as well. So I do have some more bricks I do plan to pick up eventually down the road so that we can check those guys out. But I'm also going to incorporate into this video too, something I've been wanting to kind of talk about is why do I still use Dr. Squatch, right? Because I've had so many people tell me, like, after they renounced the body wash, they're giving up on it. I was a little upset about them selling the from an equity firm. Now they're going to find somebody who's actually going to be bigger, buy them out, and you just hope that they're going to keep with the quality. And usually that doesn't, necessarily stay the same. However, what I have noticed is that the company is really doing a great job still of producing a high quality product, and that all the scents that I've been getting out of all this is just amazing. I can't wait to still check out the Ninny Scrubbins. I'm still going to check out the Hot Chalky, which is just Chalky Milk rebranded. I'm excited to see how that's going to end up being. But I've had a lot of people tell me that they actually like those ones, that they're actually really great. Everything that has come out so far from Squatch, I've been absolutely amazed with. And the cleanliness that I have had from it has been amazing. I feel better. I smell better. When you're using regular body washes like Axe, there's a point to where it almost gives you a chemical smell throughout the day. And after a while, it starts to get too much on my senses. And I'm like, dude, I smell like chemicals. This doesn't give you that. You smell like natural scents, as if you would have put just some essential oils on your skin and just let it rubbed in and be like, oh yeah, now I smell like that. Right? Versus being like, oh, cool, let me go get a heavy dousing of Axe body spray and just start dousing my whole body in it, which is what it feels like when you're using Old Spice and all this other stuff. And even Dove at the time, even when I'm using Dove body wash, it would still make me feel really gross and feel like a heavy, chemical scent, or I would feel like a film on my body. And I did not like that. These do not leave a film. These do not leave anything behind, and they do not overly strip your body, so long as you don't do dumb shit like I do and, potentially wash with a heavy grit, or, especially if you wash with a heavy grit like this every single day, you're going to dry your skin out. That's not on them. That's on you. So at the end of the day, you can't be like, oh, well, I was using this product and it dried my skin out, so now I just don't like it. It's because you're an idiot and you fucking chose to do that. That's not on them. That's fucking on you. Personal accountability needs to come into play at some point or another in this world. And it's amazing how much it doesn't. But at the end of the day, if you're using those and you dry your skin out, again, unless it's a one-time deal, if you have dried out your skin in one time with using one heavy grit, one medium grit, one light grit, then probably the problem is that you are like me and have sensitive skin. It's okay. It's all right to admit that, especially as a guy, that you got fucking sensitive skin. All right. Most of the shit that I use, I got to be super careful that I don't break out from it. I don't get rashes or any of the other shit. And thankfully, every fucking thing I've used from Dr. Squatch, I have not broken out once. So again, Old Spice, I've had horrible rashes underneath there, especially with the deodorants. That shit can burn and bleed underneath there. And that is not a pleasant feeling when you have that. Never once have I had that issue with these guys. Yes, it doesn't block the sweat. It's not supposed to. That's a natural thing you're supposed to have. Yes, odor is natural, but it shouldn't, if you smell, good, and it blocks that scent a bit, guess what? Then it's not as bad when you're sweaty. Yes, you might have a sweat stain. Oh, fucking well. Like, dear Lord, there's some things I think people bitch about when it comes to the product, and they're like, well, this is why I choose Sudsy Bear, or I choose Really Natural. And you're paying such a huge upcharge for literally an inferior product. That's at least how I feel. I have seen countless people tell me, oh, bought Sudsy Bear, had a hole in it, went to wash with it, and it literally exploded pretty much. It shattered itself. I have had these guys have a fucking hole. Guess what? It gets down to where that hole was at and levels out. That's it. Done. It does not continue pushing the hole all the way through and then out through the middle and all this other spider webbing shit. It doesn't do all of that. I have not had a single one of these do that. And if you wash properly and you maintain the brick properly by keeping it out of the direct water all the time, don't leave it in the shower. If the shower is being used constantly and the bathroom is constantly always steamy and wet, leave it out of the bathroom. It's just going to get degraded over time by that, or you're going to build mildew and all this other shit up. So obviously you need to have a fucking, a thing in your bathroom that dries it all out. Like what am I thinking of? Not a humidifier. I can't think of the word right now. I'm literally in one of those rant modes right now just because I'm thinking about all the dumb shit I've seen about people saying I've left Squatch because XYZ option or reasoning. And most of the time, if you look into it and you start talking to the people, it's fucking user error. It is literally user error. So many people have seen, well, I bought Squatch and my brick was gone in a day. Was it soft? Yeah. Well, you should have fucking used it then. It wasn't cured properly yet. It needed to still wait a couple weeks. Guess what? That can still happen. It can still happen. You can still get a brick. I had some of these guys, when I bought them in, still come in soft. Like this. This one should probably still have some softness to it. Yeah. This still has some softness to this one here, right? So I'm not going to use a bunch of the headless rinse until it's fucking cured. However, I did use one because I got 5 of them. So I was like, cool, I'm going to use up one of them. So that way I can at least start using it and getting, the scent a little bit, seeing how I like it, review it, all that jazz. But am I going to be like, oh my gosh, did it just instantly, if I use in the shower and it goes away instantly? No, because I know that it's soft, it's not cured properly, it's going to soak up all that water and just dissolve itself that quickly because it's not fully cured. We've talked about this. You want a fully cured brick, okay? Here's a Raptor Rush that we bought how many months back now? Still smells amazing, okay? Looks great. You hear this knocking sound that I'm making? That's what it's supposed to sound like. A rock. It should sound like a fucking rock when you're using this shit. Okay? That is how you know a brick is cured. It's good to go. It's ready, and you can use that, and that's not going to dissolve like that. That should take at least 30, 40 days of washing to get that fucking gone. Like, I can usually use one of these for 1 whole month. Sometimes it's around like 3-4 weeks, I should say. Let's be honest. It's around 3 to 4 weeks. Honestly, tops that I can use one brick. So still roughly almost a whole month that I'm getting out of one brick. Why is it that some people are only getting 4 washes? Because you didn't let the brick cure. That is on you, not the company. So again, stop with the whining. It's so obnoxious. I bought Squatch and it didn't last as long as people say it does. Well, maybe it's because it's user error. And again, people don't like hearing the word user error because they're like, what? I can't do anything wrong. Yeah, actually, we all fucking can. It's kind of common. We're human. We're fucking, very fallible. So I'm just saying, if you have had issues with Squatch, please give it another fucking chance. Please hear the words and listen to when people tell you. Leave it out of direct water. Do not leave it in the bathroom if it's always wet in there. Please make sure that you use soap savers or even like the gripper if you need to. So that way it's not constantly on a wet surface. There's so many things you can do. And if you're going to sit there and be like, well, I did this, and this, and it still didn't work, I'm going to call bullshit. Because you're still just claiming bullshit stuff. You're an idiot. That's all it is. Simple as that. You are an idiot. Simple. People might not like what I just said right there. Oh, well, I'm just being honest. Okay? Literally, I have been fucking stupid before. Left one of these literally on the fucking shower ledge. And what happened to it? The whole bottom got gumped and fucking had to scrape the whole layer off. Why? And what happens after that? You lose how much of your soap then? I have made those mistakes. That was an idiot thing that I did. See, I can call myself an idiot. So if I'm calling you an idiot, doesn't mean that I can't call myself one. We can all be idiots. Doesn't mean that we're always an idiot. We just might have some idiot tendencies. We can fix those. Okay? Usually. Okay? Because you can't fix stupid, but you can fix an idiot. There is a difference. It's a fine line. Very fine line between the two. And you just got to be careful. Okay? Because you walk that balance very carefully. So if you're fucking stupid, there's no fixing that shit. But if you're a fucking idiot, we can fix that. There's some learning that can still be done. I'm just pointing that out. But I wanted to put this out there. I wanted to do this review and talk about, why we're still using Squatch. Because I constantly get asked, oh, well, body washes got reviewed. They said they were never going to release body washes. Yeah, they said that. But you know what? They did it. Oh, well, at least it's a natural body wash. At least they're holding true to everything else they also kind of do with everything. So why would I knock them for doing that? Plus, most of the world uses body wash, not cold processed soap. So if maybe the rest of the world wants to use actual body washes for their baths or showers, guess what? They've now opened the door for how many more new customers to come on in and check out their products. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. But when it comes to the Halloween ones, the Squatchoween, as they call them, I gotta say, absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't checked out any of the Squatch bricks that are from the Halloween edition, online they have just the Drunken Pumpkin, Count Cellular, and Headless Rinse. But in Walmart, you can find the Werewolf Wash sometimes and the Brick of the Dead, along with Count Cellular and Drunken Pumpkin, if they are not sold out, because these are so popular. The Halloween bricks are beyond popular. The moment that most people see these are gone. They don't last long on the store shelves. Okay, people love the Halloween bricks. The Christmas bricks, I don't know if on the website they're going to do things differently, where they bring out the Snowy Pine Tar again, and a few other ones on the website here soon, and then to leave the Ninny Scrubbins and the Hot Chalky one for Walmart. Kind of like what they did with the Brick of the Dead and Werewolf Wash. It seems that once they hit a certain number, they only want to put them up on the board as like, oh, we have 3 or 4 of them. They don't ever seem to want to do like, oh, we have 5 or 6 or 7 of these cents of that season. We only want to do a certain amount. And again, they have the Joker and Batman pack, which is 2 and 4 pack. That is something I'm going to try desperately to get. I really want to get the new Batman brick because it's not the same as the original Batman brick they did for the Batman movie on HBO. This is the new one. So I really am curious to see this one. And then the Joker one is a wild plum one. And I'm like, I really want to see what the wild plum extract one is going to be like. So these are definitely all scents and all things I really want to check out and just enjoy, because I think that honestly Squatch makes a great product. And like I said, anything from the 0 all the way up to the heavy grit is amazing, especially if you're using 0 grit every day. Use your heavy grit maybe once a week, a light grit maybe twice a week, and a medium grit twice a week as well. This way, you have these options between the other ones that you're not using just one brick up all the time. You also can disperse up the scents a bit more. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that just seems really gimmicky that I had to buy all these things. Dude, at the end of the day, to take care of your body and your skin, you're going to have to spend a little money to actually take care of yourself. It's okay, because at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it, and you are going to be thanking yourself that you actually took care of your body and your odor way more than you have been in the past. Just saying. So, this has been Debbie signing off, fam. I love you all. Peace out. I will see you on the next one. I will be doing a stream later on today, so if you guys want to catch me here later on, I will be on Twitch and probably Kick tonight. I'm going to try to do a little Kick again, and then I'm going to be doing a little D-Live here and there. We're going to be alternating what other platform outside of Twitch I will be doing, but the main one is twitch.tv/Debbie2100. Links will be in the description down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Deuces, fam.